things run. Day before the game, how's the bill of health across the team? No late spanners in the works?
No late spanners. I was just saying to you before, it's a beautiful day down here in Hobart. So feeling really excited about tomorrow. Felt like as a team we turned a corner last week in our game against the Sainers and got through unscathed. So really looking forward to being back here down in Hobart and hopefully having a fair bit of support. So looking forward to it.
You tweaked a couple of things against the Saints and made it a bit of a low-scoring sort of slugfest at times. What were some of the things that Clarko had you doing in order to change it up a little bit?
Oh, I think if you look at most of the Saints games this year, they're pretty contested, low-scoring battles. And to be honest, after the previous weeks before that game, it was probably something we needed. We brought in a few young lads who played really well in guys like Jackie Marnie, Blakey Jury debuted, and Miller Bergman took another step forward. So we just took a lot out of that game in terms of the contest that we've got to bring every week. So feel like we're right back on track.
No Ben Cunnington this week. How does a conversation with him look like in terms of leaving him out of the team?
Yeah, Cunnington has been an unbelievable player for our footy club for a long period of time, and he's still going to have a huge part to play this year. I think he'd be the first to admit that he was a bit out of form. It's probably just a little pressure release in him. I've got no doubt he's going to go back and dominate the twos this week, and he'll be back before we know it. But Cunners is a vital part of our team on and off the field, and one of the best gym owners of all time. So he'll be back before I know it.
It's your first date with Jason Horton-Francis tomorrow as well. Any Sydney Swans Nick Dacos style reception for him tomorrow, or will it be pretty low key?
No, I definitely understand the interest externally, but honestly it's something we haven't even spoken about. Jason's gone back home and he seems happy now, and we've got Sheasel and Wardlaw in a pick this year, so I think both sides have moved on, and we're just looking forward to playing Port Adelaide as a whole, not just one particular player. It's a really important game for us. Just looking forward to the contest.
A lot of talk during the week, Luke, around the booing saga with Buddy. Do you feel like the North fans down here are going to lead that aside with Jason tomorrow?
Oh, look, I'm not a fan of booing, but I do understand, when players play against their ex-side, AFL supporters, they're bloody passionate, and even when Griffin Logue played Freo, he got booed. I feel like that's just part of the game. When it's, Port playing other sides, I don't agree with that because it's got nothing to do with them. I'm not a big fan of booing in general, but I understand the passion in the game when players play against their old sides. So I'm certainly not encouraging it, but it is what it is.
Port are in some pretty good form, but I guess it makes it a little bit easier knowing that Charlie Dixon and Junior Rowley won't be down inside 450.
Yeah, Port, I think they've won the last 5, so they're in some really good form, but they've got good players all over the field. Their midfield's first class, and Aliir is one of the best backs in the game, so we're going to have our hands full, but as I said at the start, I'm really excited for the contest, and looking forward to seeing how we go against them. As I said, they're going really well, and it's going to be another good test for us. But I feel like we play this ground really well. We've got a lot of support down here, and hopefully it's a day like today because it's a beautiful day for footy.
You play the ground really well. Is there a specific key to winning down at Blundstone that you've, been accustomed to over the years?
I don't know. I just feel like we've played down here for so long. We've just got our routine set. We know how to play the ground. As I said, we've got good support down here. There's obviously a few ways about playing the game, which I won't give away now. But as I said, as a team, we just love playing down here.
Any particular plans for the likes of Rosie and Butters, who can really break games open if they're left too unchecked?
No, we haven't spoken about that. To be honest, it's more about us and how we go about the contest. Most games are won and lost in that contest inside. So really looking forward to seeing Jai, LDU, and Huey Greenwood go to battle in there. I think all over the ground, it's going to be a real contested game, and we're really looking forward to it because that's what Port's brought all year, and that's something that every team wants to pride themselves on.
You played at Blundstone plenty of times now. As you would have heard, the Tassie teams coming in, there's been an insistence from the AFL and presidents for a new stadium at Mac Point. What are some of the challenges playing at Blundstone? Not that you're going to bag it out, I suppose, but I guess some of the reasonings why that might be the case from an AFL point of view, do you think?
To be honest, I've always thought that Tassie should have a team. In terms of it's just pure footy heartland, we've done a lot of community work over the years down here, and there's just a real thirst for footy, and it's great to see him have a team. And as I said, the last probably 10 or 15 times I've come down here, it's been a pearl a day. So Hobart's a beautiful city, and who knows about in terms of whether they're going to have a roof or not. But I think it's a location which should do really well.
This year as captain, mate, obviously with Jai, how are you finding the role? Are you really loving the leadership part of your job?
Yeah, absolutely. It's something you always strive to be, and to be recognised as your teammates is a massive honour, and to do it alongside Jai, I feel like we do it well. I feel like we complement each other really well, and we still have a lot of growth in us as leaders and in players as well. So it's good having Jack down, who might add to having a really, really strong year. So really enjoying the role, and growing every week.
You remind John to stay away from the GPS this week.
Yeah. He's been known to get himself in those random situations. I don't know how that happened, but the one thing I do love about Jai is he plays with such passion, and he's one of my favourite teammates of all time. So we love how he plays on the edge, and no doubt he'll bring that tomorrow.
You mentioned Harry Sheezel before, mate. Have you been super impressed with the way that he's started his AFL career?
Yeah, without a doubt. I don't think he'd ever played a minute in the back line before he got drafted, but the way that he's come in and adapted and played his role, obviously he's getting a lot of the ball, but a lot of the things that people don't see is the defensive work he does, how much of a good listener he is, and he's just got such a good head on his shoulders for such a young kid. I mentioned him at the start, but I think it's really exciting for North fans knowing that they can watch Harry Sheezel and Georgie Wardlaw when he gets his chance, and guys like Blakey Drury, Braden George when he gets over his knee. There's just some really exciting young fellas coming through, and I'm just doing all I can to help guide them over their first couple of years.
What's the latest with Taran Thomas? Have you had any conversations recently with him about how he's going, and when could we maybe expect to see him back playing in the AFL team? Yeah,
we played his first game for the VFL side last week, so I've heard he's progressing well through the programs that has been put in place with him. Todd Viney's the main guy who's sort of across all that, but hoping if all goes well, he'll be back in the AFL system very soon, and the reality is he's playing VFL, so if he plays well and he's got his match fitness, and all that'll sort of take care of itself. But he's done everything asked of him recently.